Okay, we've started.
Hello.
We've started now.
Hello, Marsikins. Hello. How are
Hello.
you?
Good. We're
So
not.
let me just catch you up. Monster Hunter World. I'm not getting it because I'm broke. He's not getting it because he's broke.
I'm not
In the
broke.
con in the
I'm
con
just saying
in the
I need to save up for extra games because I want Spider-Man.
yeah.
Spider-Man
Oh,
is what we need. I
when's
need
that
Spider.
coming out anyway?
Um, it's another one of those Star Wars Memorial Day or summer, fall. I don't know. Whenever that is.
One of those irritating where it's just like it'll come out in summer, and we're like, summer's already like almost over, and then they're like, no, it's winter, and they're like, no, it's summer. It's winter. It's summer.
It'll come out
Summer.
one day. One day in the next
It'll someday
next
in the far,
century.
far future.
But I'm sure that they do that because they don't want to be bound by uh, stuff. Um,
Like
uh,
dates, like they
yeah,
can move it like a little bit, give you a little
mm,
bit of give.
yeah,
It's not that bad, but yeah.
yeah. They don't want to like be held back by dates, which, ugh, I'm
Like it
losing the
must
word.
come out, must come
Mm,
out the second.
yeah, then like they hit a bump or glitch in the system or the game.
Oh no,
Then
this game crashed, and then they have to announce it being moved back a month, and then everyone's like, what now? It actually hurts their sales as well. People being like, oh,
mm,
something screwed up. Guess what? I'm going to not be so interested now that you screwed up. Like,
no,
didn't
it's just like
they
people.
push something there?
I think people more forget about it, and a new game comes around, and it's like, oh, I don't want to get another game because I already got this game.
Yeah,
Then people
you
just,
gotta ride the hype train.
the hype is all video games are anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
controversial.
well, if you have a good solid title, then or a fan base, the fan bases are great. If an Overwatch 2 came out, how many people would just like lose their shit?
Oh no, there's not gonna be. Why do people are asking if there's gonna be an Overwatch 2? There's no
No, no, no,
story.
I don't think there's gonna be, but if there was, how many people would just like lose their minds? How many people would be like, yes, I'm buying it because Overwatch is Overwatch. Like, it's like COD. People buy COD because COD are COD.
But this is Blizzard. They release games in 6-year schedules. It's not like
Yeah.
COD where it's just these very,
That's actually
yeah.
even perfect because like just out of schedule they release a game like
Mm.
Valve. Valve just they release stuff whenever they feel like I think what is it? They took a DLC once and they made it a part of the game just because they could. Like
Hmm.
Valve is just awesome like that. That people would lose their minds if their favorite game series just suddenly had a sequel. Just
I
like
suppose so.
oh oh no. I think for me well, Darksiders 3 is already announced, so what
Yeah.
else? What else? What else? What game would I lose my mind over if a sequel were to come out?
Ooh.
What game would
Uncharted
you lose your mind?
series. Uncharted series,
I
definitely.
haven't played Uncharted 4. I was supposed to borrow that from was it you or Chris? I wanted to borrow it from someone.
And I would borrow it, but I'm not there anymore. So go ask Chris. He
Yeah,
never plays it.
does Chris have it?
Yeah, he does. I played it first time there at his
Oh,
house.
okay.
It was fun.
And would you recommend it? Like even like didn't they
No.
come out with a sequel with like two girls, the two ladies?
Hmm. I forgot what it was named. I forgot what
'Cause
it
that
was
one looked
named.
good.
It was fun. I watched Jack play it, and that was satisfying. That was all I needed. I rewatched Jacksepticeye play it again, and I had just as much fun playing it as watching it. So it's up to you if you like those type of story games. But
I actually
Uncharted is
enjoyed
fun.
Uncharted 3.
It is
I
fun.
enjoyed Uncharted 3.
I don't do that. It's fun.
So you would suggest Uncharted 4, you would
Yeah.
recommend it.
If you have someone who has it and never plays it, ask him.
Are you,
Which is
Chris?
Chris. Yes, Chris. Chris. Him. He has a. He never plays it. He doesn't play much video games anymore.
He does, but apparently he moans and groans when he, like, well, when I say he does, I mean he does occasionally pop on the weekends. Like I think on Sunday he comes on.
Why on Sunday?
Because he does a weird thing where he does all his homework Saturday, and then Sunday he plays video games. Which actually, it sounds more practical the more and more I think about it.
Mm.
But it just sounds insane. Like, my Saturdays are my Saturdays, man.
I finished homework on the Friday. That's as much as I could.
Well,
I
I
like to
never
do.
do that.
And or I just finish it on the day, unless it's like a project, which I leave it like 2 days before.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I don't know. A
No, but
project.
you're quite good with projects. You actually do.
Well, the projects have
Mm.
just gotten so much bigger now. Like, I have an Allo project that's taking me at least 6 to 8 hours to complete. That's definitely not a one-day job right there.
I'm not a big fan of projects. It's basically just babysitting for teachers. Like I don't want to teach you the complex elements and atoms. Just freaking read a list of instructions and follow a thing. It's
That,
just
that's the thing
stupid.
about this project, is that he is still teaching us stuff. This project is totally its own. Like, he's not even talking about it. So he gave us the assignment, right? Gave us the assignment. And
Yeah.
he's like, okay, this is due for 3 weeks' time. Okay, reasonable. And then he moves on to just another topic, which I'm enjoying it. It's like a good I'm enjoying this class.
Okay.
Um,
But not him.
but it's
You enjoy the information, not him, right?
no,
Right.
he's actually pretty good. Mr. The head of school, he's a pretty good teacher.
Okay.
I give him that.
I was thinking you were talking about Mr. Media, but anyway.
Oh, thank God, I don't have any classes with him.
Oh, good,
Oh,
nice.
no, well, Mr. Dry, the head of our school, he
I like
gave
him.
us,
I like him very much.
yeah, he gave us this project and just started doing other work, making sure that we did this whole project by ourselves.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
there is no chance of us just opening up a textbook and copying down the stuff. You have to go onto the websites, do all the rubbish.
Okay, these whole projects things I've hated. I hated them because I had to get the materials myself. It's a school. We pay exorbitant amounts of money for classes. Could they not at least just give us materials? I mean,
Well,
it's not a
didn't
problem
we have to
getting.
pay? Didn't, like, for art, we had to pay like an extra amount on top of that so that you can take art.
What, like an
Like, I
extra
think it
amount?
was on our school bill, we had to pay an extra amount for materials.
Okay, but did he provide the materials? So
I think it just, I think maybe once.
okay,
I think that was once.
but that one part is the exact reason why I hate schools. Just I wish they would have a nice fund. Even if it's bad materials, you're still being taught what the concept is, right? It's not gonna lessen your extensive knowledge in that system. Just
Yeah.
yeah, I just get really annoyed with schools that ask you
Yeah.
to get your own materials. I don't know.
Like canvases, like my canvases.
Oh, get
That's
your
a
own
good idea.
canvases. That's stupid. I don't
I'm
like it.
so thankful that like the year we were in, he just for some reason was just like, nah, not this year. He just did this. He decided not to do all the major projects like paint on canvas, which is a pretty big project. Wire cars.
He's not a
didn't do
teacher.
that.
He's not a teacher.
That's nice. That's
I mean, he might be a good artist, but he's not. He's definitely not a teacher. I don't know. I get really
well,
riled
I
up with this
suppose
stuff.
suppose that how would you teach art? Is the thing, especially when there's no syllabus for 8 and 9. Like,
For art?
like Mr. Thunderbutt. Right, well, actually, no, now that I've asked that question, I realise how you teach art. Line, tone, texture,
We
draw
wouldn't know
examples.
because they went to freaking university for teaching, right?
Yeah,
Right?
he never was, yeah, he was never in,
Right? Yeah, precisely. I suppose it's budget teachers. I'm just saying.
well, he does live, like, I swear he lives at the school. I think he lives like a block away.
But he's always
I
late,
remember.
so. But let's get off the
Yeah.
topic of trying to.
Oh, we can hound Mr. Medea for at least 2 or 3 podcasts in a
No,
row, so we don't wanna...
I did it for 2 years. Way longer.
I kissed ass for 2 years.
Yeah, you really did. I mean,
Hey, what can I say? I'm a teacher's kid. I wear that shit like a badge.
I'm not either. I'm not
No, I
disrespectful,
am. I'm totally a
but
teacher's
I'm
kid.
not a teacher's pet either. I don't like to make relationships with people who don't have brains. Okay.
I know their names, if I can, where they live, partners, children, all that rubbish.
I couldn't care
It's
less.
quite expensive.
Not a bad boy either. Um, you know, but you've seen me. I'm not either, so I'm fine.
Yeah. Oh, talking about you and not being a bad boy. For English, for prepared reading, sorry.
Mhm.
I forgot totally, so I just ran to the library, grabbed the Harry Potter book and ran out, right?
Oh,
And
yep.
I had to read like 2 pages. I read like chapter 7 of Prisoner of Azkaban, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
I was like I was like, oh my hell, this is so well written. It's so easy to read. As I was
It
going
is.
through the Prisoner of Azkaban, I'm like, why have I not read these before? And now I really want to read them, but I have
We,
no clue when and how.
yeah, that's the gist with reading. It's like I want to read more. Oh wait, okay, I have homework now.
Oh,
Oh, damn it.
oh,
No.
I know when I can read, but I have a book that Joel had sent me. I think it was a boy in the boy in the Stop Pajamas. Yeah,
Mm.
sent it to me. I feel like I could finish the link first
Mm.
before I move on to other stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems right.
What? Sorry.
What would you say? Should I finish the, should I ask Noel, can I just read Harry Potter book first and then your book? Or can I just pull a Watchmen on him and not give it back? Or not let him, he's read it before, so I can't read, half off Watchmen, let's call it that.
Just pull a Watchman or something.
Are we pulling a Watchman, keeping a book from someone?
Sorry,
They
podcast. My internet is pulling a bit of a dip.
Oh no, my internet didn't even work for 2 hours before this, so
Yeah.
don't worry, I'm held on by Fred over here.
No, it's just my ping is not doing too good, and I can't hear most of what you're saying. But just carry on.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I think I forgot exactly what I was saying, but the gist of it is I'm keeping the Boy in the Striped Pajamas, but I'm reading Harry Potter now.
Okay. And how's Call of Cthulhu?
God fucking damn it.
Sorry, I didn't want to bring it up. It's fine.
Well, actually, no. I found there's a YouTube channel that does readings, right? So they read the book. So
Or just
when
listen
I-
to an audiobook. Why not?
It is the audiobook, but I don't know how to do it.
Why?
I am still cheap at heart, even though I have this account and everything.
Yeah. Just read listen to an audiobook because it
yeah,
activates two different
but this
parts
guy
of the
does
brain.
it. This guy does it really well.
And for free.
I
That helps.
and for free, which yes, it really does help. But he does it really well. He like puts masks on in the YouTube videos, and he reads it in like voice, in like character,
Ooh, cool.
which is great. So
Okay.
I listen to him, and then I read the book, like I follow along. So yeah.
Okay.
That's how I'm reading Call of Cthulhu. I'm still on Celiphae, I believe. I believe it's Celiphae. But it's still like a short story. I haven't actually read Call of Cthulhu yet. I haven't even started Call of Cthulhu. I've just been reading the short stories that come with it.
Okay. Okay. I suppose the short stories are kind of snippets of different events that happen.
That's what's great about Call of Cthulhu. So, H.P. Lovecraft, right? He had many pen pals, right?
Okay.
And he would tell them these stories, and that he'd tell them to tell someone else. And so they do the same. They tell one of their other pal pens, and so on and so forth. So he did this until the point where he turned Cthulhu into an actual like legend. You know, like
I love
whispers on the air.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing.
So,
Oh,
so
cool.
there's a documented path of him turning this into a legend amongst so many people that some people don't even know that they've been punked, you know? Some of them
Yeah.
don't, like, some of them straight up think, oh, there's this old man, like, in the 18th century who had sex with a white gorilla and had babies with it, and that's Cthulhu.
Sounds
Like,
interesting.
oh, I had to have that explained to me. I did not pick up on the nuance at all. I am very bad at that. Like, Liam
Yeah.
read through the chapter at the same time as me. He literally read it over my shoulder.
Oh
Right?
yeah,
I had my phone in my hand and he read it over my shoulder. And he was like, oh, wow, so interesting. So we get to the end and I'm like, wasn't that interesting? And he's like, yeah, really gruesome. Like, yeah, man, like the guy burning. And then, hashtag spoilers. He's like, oh, yeah. Like, I'm serious. Spoilers for the short stories in front of Call of Cthulhu. But anyway. So he's like, oh, man, yeah, the guy burning. And then he's like, and he's like, oh, yeah, and the guy's fucking the gorilla. And I'm like, what? What happened? I did not read that. And he's like, oh, yeah, no. And he explains all this nuance to me. And I'm like, I missed so much.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay. That's cool. Okay.
That's why I can't wait to read a little bit more of the actual storyline. Because for now, I've only been going over the short stories, which haven't done much for the actual storyline. But besides adding a little bit of a mystery.
That's good. So do you want to chat about some of your topics here?
Oh, okay. So, my first topic, I have to give some context for why I found out this topic. So, I was in business studies, right?
Mhm.
And I sat in business studies, and man was going on about government and how you should in theory be trusting the government and so on and so forth, and why currency means something, right? And like it's not on the gold standard anymore; it's like on like faith and whatever. Hippie love, man. So the one boy in my class, he says, "Yeah, but what if they just lied?" And then man's like, "Well, they won't. That's against their moral code." And he's like, "Yeah, but what if they do?" He's like, "But I
Lied
don't
about
know
what?
how." Well, that's the thing. You just said anyone. Anyone, anything. Like the president straight up just lies to us. We've seen how that's gone out. Zuma has been taken out of office.
Oh yeah, that's a cool story. I heard about that. That was fun.
So, and then he brought up the most interesting one. The one man in the world, the highest ranking man in government is the Pope. Because all governments just look up to the Pope just to be like, what's this to do? Because you're
like,
the religious leader.
So I want to give this analogy, podcast listeners. Okay, so take, or maybe it's probably a horrible one, but so take like a country and they have their governments and they don't have to have morals, but then they want the people inside their countries to be happy with this decision they're making, so they look towards the Pope to give them the go ahead, right? Is that kind of how it
Because
is?
the Pope has morals.
Yeah.
He has religious faith morals. Yeah.
It's kind of like this textbook thing about morals, how to
He
have
was
morals.
literally, I saw a picture of him as a baby wearing his robes. He was raised to be the Pope. It's not like he's just like a guy off the street. He was.
No, I don't think that's how it works. No. No.
No, you see him. Look up a picture of the baby Dalai Lama. Oh shit! Oh wow! I'm so sorry. I mixed those two up in my head really badly. The Dalai Lama is different from the Pope.
Dalai Lama is like freaking Hinduism or something, isn't it?
He was raised. Dalai Lama was raised.
Yeah, no, because the Pope is elected by.
Yeah, he is by the cardinals, and the cardinals are elected by high priests and by bishops, and then bishops are.
That's screwed with my head.
Yeah, okay. I said the word like straight up. I was just like, yeah, no, the Dalai Lama was raised, and I was like, oh, we're talking about the Pope.
Yeah. Okay,
but anyway, so
and I was right about the whole textbook morals thing. How he knows how morals is. I wasn't asking. I was stating that it's right.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Good, you better
Okay,
agree.
I better agree. Um,
So,
so he says, okay, the one guy that is supposed to never, that's the one guy that we all are just like, you have the morals, you are the guiding force. What would we? Cause he is pretty old, right? So my counter argument has always been, we just know he's old. So he's like what? I don't know. He looks like he's in his good 90s, 80s, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me.
80s.
But 80s, there we go. So the one boy says, but what if he lies? And she's just like, well, he's not allowed to lie. And he's like, yeah, but what if he does? And it's interesting. What? How do you solve this? Like, so the Pope's gonna lie, right?
Why would he lie? How would he lie? To what extent
I,
would cause them to lie,
well,
though?
either, I don't know, he gets into drugs, booze and prostitutes, or he goes senile, and no one notices for some reason, even though I think his health is very closely monitored as well.
Oh, definitely.
think
He's a
that
freaking.
They should,
I mean, he's kind of like the president of religion, which is a weird thought to have. But
yeah.
yeah. So it's kind of like a president that his health is monitored like this.
But like,
It's so stringently that it's kind of on the point of.
let's say he
Helicopter.
goes on a trip,
Mhm.
right, and his medical crew can't get to him for 24 hours, let's say.
No, I don't think that would
24
happen. Don't think that would happen.
Yeah, let's just say that that's the only reason he'll ever be in the situation. But
Okay, let's just
So
give it
medical
a
proof
very
of some
unlikely thing, but yes, I agree.
but
Let's
like
just
if he's gonna lie, it's gonna be unlikely, right? So may
Yes.
as well unlikely likes unlikely. So he's on this trip on an airplane, can't get the medical attention, and he goes senile, and he just decides, let's tweet out this total ball-faced lie, like, I don't know, maybe Jesus is married, or, like some of those
Yeah,
conspiracy theories, and he
just
just straight up confirms the conspiracy theory.
into contentious quote here because we
Yeah.
don't want to
Like,
do that.
just like, insert bullshit here, kind of thing.
Turn the
so-
scene on so it's just like the flip a switch.
Yeah, he has like he has a mini stroke, right?
Oh, okay.
And it's not mini enough that it doesn't affect him. It's big enough that a clot gets stuck in his brain, and because it's a long flight, whatever, medical jargon insert here.
Yeah,
so he goes,
you're the
you know,
one
with
who
the
knows
tweet
about
out.
that stuff.
Yeah, I think he'd have a seizure, blood clot would go to his brain, kind of blood flow to his brain.
No, but that would
he would
happen on
take it,
a
he'd
long
die.
because I'm sure. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Who else is not here in the comments? If I think senilism takes hold over a long period of time, like a
Well-
long period of time, unless he just turns bipolar.
Well, that's
like,
permanent.
when he's 80.
That's permanent brain damage. So, like my Oma, she had strokes for years, and it doesn't affect him really. But if it's just that like right kick, let's say that for some reason he gets that right kick, that it just instantly turns him nuts, right?
Yeah, okay.
However unlikely it is, life's unlikely. He's
Okay,
unlikely to
yeah.
go up to it. let's
Semantics, that's fine.
snowball this.
Okay, so what's the point of this thing?
So he says to Trump, do this. This is something that's happened, right? Jesus had a wife. The wife is still alive in Iraq. Go find him. Go find her, Trump.
And I'm
Oh,
pretty
it's
sure
even better
Trump
if he-
would do that.
Yeah. It'd be even better if he, like, Jesus had a husband. Like, damn. Fuck. Everyone's gonna lose their minds and think they think this man's gone crazy, but he's
No,
supposed to. He can't go crazy.
No, I'm pretty sure they would eventually have a medical doctor there, and they would, like,
In this 12-hour period where the Pope is like, you must hurry, you must go now.
Yeah, but eventually his medical team would get there, and they would say, "Oh no, he's actually turned senile."
Eventually everything should be fixed, right? Like, the world ain't gonna just carry on believing this.
I'm pretty sure being vaccine is not. Is it permanent? I'm pretty sure it's not permanent.
Well, yes, it's permanent in the sense that it practically like just it screws with you so much that
Yeah,
it's
so-
a permanent change to your life.
Then how would he not be crazy after that?
Oh, you get a new pope after that.
Yeah, precisely. So
No, you straight up just get a new. But in this 12-hour period where Trump believes him, the world believes he's lucid.
yeah, I'm sure.
What-
I'm sure Donald Trump will have a freaking mirage of tweets coming over. Yeah, I suppose. Josh.
Oh yeah, no, he would.
Hmm.
So I think we both agreed that someone will get to him. Someone will stop the Pope from telling these lies.
Yes. he would.
Practical thing to do. You don't just let the senile old man be old and senile and the leader of the world.
Yeah. Moral
Yeah,
leader
so-
of the world. That's more of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just found it like endlessly
And-
interesting.
But then, so if he lied about, so just about anything really, would the world just fall down? I don't think
I
that's
think
how
the
it
world
works.
would just collapse for a few hours.
No,
I think.
I don't think that's how it would be. I mean, just
Well,
think
I
about
mean,
this
it's not
logically.
collapsing, it's full-on collapse.
I know you're. Just correct me if I'm wrong. This is like avoiding the void of logic right now. That humans
I'm
know
straight
what
up,
is
straight
right.
up playing idiots, devil's advocate.
Yeah, because humans are not this dumb. I would think.
We'd like to think so. So yeah.
Okay, but if in that case humans were that dumb, I'm sure the world. I'm sure Trevor Noah and Steven. What's his name again? Oh, what's that guy's name? Steven something. But
Jimmy Fallon show or what?
no, it's not
Anyone
Jimmy
that does
Fallon.
spoof news.
Yeah, that one. It's kind of like Trevor Noah's news kind of thing. Yes, that they will freaking rip into him, and they'll probably see what's right. You know,
That's how it usually goes. We've watched the same video, right? It's on Vox.
Vox.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
I do watch Vox.
Yeah, it was that Vox video where the spoof news told you more of the real facts than the real news, because the real news has
Yeah.
to actually still maintain a guise of normality.
And what's
Whereas
funny
the spoof news can just go batshit crazy.
is that spoof news is it feels so much more genuine than you know normal news. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems they have more influence than most other forms of media. They have incredible influence. Like, I mean, speaking from experience, that like I watch Trevor Noah and Steven, whatever his name is, and I feel like okay, I know about politics now. I've learned some few stuff, and
Yeah, a little
when I
bit,
listen
yeah,
to
a little
news,
bit.
yeah, I guess what you're
Yeah,
saying.
news just highlights the big stories, stuff that'll
And the
catch your
interesting
attention.
stuff. That's
And
kind of
it's
how
always
news is.
bad. That's the worst part. The thing I hate. They never tell you, oh, advances in this and this have been made.
Yeah,
this and this
exactly.
have been-
Because sorry, I was just watching. I don't want to interrupt you the whole time though. I feel like I am.
Oh, no,
Am
no.
I? Am I?
No, no.
Okay, cool. Great.
Not at all.
Cool. I watched the video. I don't know what video it was, but then it was Game Theory. Okay, it was yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, but it caused me to research a lot more. So like, as you said, advancements come every single year, and the only way we know about it is from news, certain places, certain just facts, right? How do we know about these advancements when it
Is
happens?
this the Melinda Gates and the Bill and Melinda Gates note,
Yes,
right?
exactly. That's it.
On
That's it.
optimism.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen actually quite a few people do some of these, surprisingly.
Hmm.
It's, I don't know where you'd have to be genuinely interested, right?
Yes, and
Because no news station's gonna tell you this.
so are I suggested to you like an app called Curiosity. Curiosity app. I don't know if you've been on it. It doesn't matter if you haven't.
Did you put it in the notes?
No, I sent it to you on
Nope, I
WhatsApp
didn't
quite a
check it
long
out.
time ago.
Nope,
It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter what it is, but it just it's certain apps that allow you direct access to different advancements in science and technology when you want it, and it is well written. It's written by people who are who are journalists. Just isn't the news, and it's so interesting.
like independent journal.
Yes, yeah, and they get paid, and it's really nice to have this direct access to such things as news doesn't do, because news wants to follow stuff that are interesting, such as
The trains, the big stuff that will catch people's eyes.
yeah, and like what Kylie Jenner wears tomorrow. I don't know, who knows.
Yeah. What's like the name? Oh, celebrity babies.
Mm.
That's got to be the worst display of news, just pandering. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
It has
Who
no
cares about the baby's name?
yeah, and there is categories in news, but still, even though they don't show you the stuff that you're interested
Like
in.
prime time, 6 o'clock news where you have no control over it. What do they show there? It's always pandering to the trends, the people who are going to give you the most views, which is usually
Yeah, I agree.
older to more politically active Americans.
Not really. I would
Like,
say
all
younger. It's supposed to. It's meant to increase their interest, and then so giving them more money. So that's kind of the reason. That's their whole gist
But
of why
what-
they're trying
What
to.
young person watches the 6 o'clock news?
I didn't watch
Like,
it, but I have like
willingly goes out of their way. 6 o'clock's down, turn on the news.
no. Well, I don't watch it, but I do. I have an app. That's about it. You know.
Exactly. So on the apps, they highlight these certain things that you can customize,
But
and
yeah.
that you can make your own.
But
That's perfect.
even then, they also only show you the things that allow them extra revenue. That's kind of their gist, isn't it? Pretty sure it is.
And
think-
there's one thing that irritates me about news is its life cycle. Like news has like one of the smallest half-lives of any media I've ever seen.
Memes are quite slow. Wait,
Yeah,
Quite
memes can
interchangeable.
burn for like a few weeks, whereas news, literally 3
Yeah.
days.
yeah, because memes are funny and they have long-lasting.
I still quote
effects.
some stupid memes.
Yeah, I like memes. Memes are fun. I mean, they're stupid. They have no reason in this
people call
life.
them memes.
Memes, yeah. It's
I've
like GIF. It's like GIF and GIF. These
Except
days
everyone's
it's
agreed on memes.
yeah, meme and GIF is two things that people know that's the word. There's no changing
Have
it.
people given up on GIF? I'm sure they've given up on GIF.
I'm pretty
now.
sure they
Alright,
have. Even my mom
thank
has.
goodness. Oh, did she used to call it GIF?
Mhm.
Ooh.
And instead of memes, I used to call it memes, which, I mean,
Oh, thank God you don't say that anymore.
mem. Yeah.
But like a meme's fun to say, right? It's cute.
Meme. Yeah, it's cute.
Mm.
I suppose. Sound like a freaking dipshit saying it, but oh well. That's besides the point.
It's always besides the point, but
I guess we've covered. I think we had a good. What if the Pope lied? I don't know. I think we did.
yeah, and then we spiraled into how the news would handle it.
Yeah.
The news would lose its shit if we did answer the question.
Eventually, but like only for 24 hours, and that
But
is.
for
I
the
don't
3-day
think-
cycle that it lives for, it'll.
I'm sure the Pope wouldn't. But like stuff like a good example is the nuclear thing that happened in Hawaii. The person who tested that
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Really?
I've
Okay.
heard of this story before.
yeah, it was on the Spook News. Trevor Noah and the Steven guy, his name. And so it was this guy
Is this on
in
the Tonight
Hawaii.
Show?
Yes, that one, yes. Anyway,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
you know why there was a nuclear test alarm? Actually, it wasn't a test. There was a nuclear bomb alert. That a guy before that pressed the button saying there was a nuclear strike that was happening, but really it was just a test. And he eventually got fired, and then yeah, the whole nation went batshit. So everyone got really antsy, and yeah, that whole story just dissipated within, I don't know, days. It was
It
insane.
doesn't sound like something with much substance, though. Like,
It-
like
No,
guy
that's just
sets off
because
alarm, guy gets fired, country goes mad. Well,
no,
that's the
because I'm
beauty about
explaining
people's
it with.
lives and stuff. You only telling me what you picked up. That's
No,
the great thing.
I'm just
stuff that
scatterbrained and
you-
stupid. That's besides the point. It's quite complex, but like stuff like that. The point is that stuff like that is insane. It was a nuclear bomb. Nation was about to be blown apart, and Hawaii isn't that big, and a nuclear bomb will literally disintegrate everything.
Not even a
inside.
nuclear one, maybe even a tactical one could take it out.
Yeah, and so, that would have destroyed a nation, and yet that news story just dissipated within a week.
Well,
That's-
if the nation was destroyed, I'd feel like like Logan Paul, for example, that hung on for, I'd like to say, at least a week or so, right?
But that's also something like seeing someone who like commit suicide. Like, that's worse than seeing a whole nation, because you don't see a nation all individually
You
dying.
don't see it, but
It's happening.
that's exactly my point. The variation of severity, like if the country did get destroyed, I would like to think it would last longer than a week.
Oh, definitely. That's freaking. There
I
will
would
be a
like
war.
to think so.
There will be a war and everything. That's
So it might even
Yeah.
last no short of like 5 years, or a good world war.
And
over here,
whoever
but
sent that missile would have been at war with America, because Hawaii is
but
a
a
part of
simple
America.
mistake, it's like, oh well, it's okay, someone screwed up. Hot
Uh,
damn, that was scary.
No.
Cool, move on.
Yeah, but they don't want that to happen again, and I would fire him 10 times over and have the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
For
want
sure.
that
There's
exact.
some jobs you don't screw up in.
Yeah,
Medicine,
and that's
yeah, you
definitely
screw
not
up.
a thing.
Engineering, you screw up.
Yeah.
The fate of nations, on the other hand,
You don't.
granted, people still do screw up, like
Yeah.
Bill Clinton, Zuma, still. But there's some things you try not to screw up, and
Yeah.
one of them is
Like- Like space stations, rockets. It's that stuff you don't. So
you don't mess around with government funding and taxpayers'
one mistake
money.
and you're gone. And
Yeah.
in anything that is high priority.
That's how it should be, but most of the time it ends up 1, 2, 3. Oh, what's another 5? That's Trump in a nutshell. What the first one? Oh my hell! The second one, geez, bro, cool it. The third one, damn it, man, what are you doing to yourself? The sixth one, this man's an idiot. 10th one, this man, you lose
Oh,
you
faith
lose
in that.
conviction in your hate. You lose conviction the
Just
more and
like-
more someone does something.
Because it's so old news. Is that what you're saying? It's
Yeah.
kind of- yeah. Okay. I see
I
what you're
do
saying.
believe you watched the Vox on the Vox Pop. That's what they're called, actually.
What's that?
Quite interestingly.
Okay.
Um,
Carry on.
ooh, I've got food. Thank you. So, thanks. A Vox Pop. That's what they're called anyway.
Okay.
They're like the living news bits, and there's a Vox Pop on Trump versus Hillary.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry,
I don't
so
watch that political stuff, so just explain what the video was.
actually, no, it might have been a CGP Grey video. I can't remember.
Explain what the
first
video
photo.
is. I wanna know what it is.
So, Hillary committed email fraud, right? That was her big thing that lost her the election. You know?
Yeah.
Her committing email fraud.
Okay.
Trump, on the other hand, he was sexist, he was
Racist.
homophobic, he was racist, he physically assaulted people, he got violent, he didn't follow the rules, and the fact that so many, like, in newsrooms, they need to focus on both candidates, right? But because they have such an inflow of Trump news, it's stuff gets lost in the
And good stuff,
in the
like things that are
onslaught.
critical get lost. I agree with that.
But something like the one slip up of Hillary, even though granted both candidates were nowhere near ideal, so Bernie Sanders for the win.
Really?
No, yeah, I don't know.
I didn't
Out of
follow.
the three, I would have gone Bernie
I didn't
rather than
follow
Hillary.
the presidential election. I didn't
Oh,
care.
I vaguely kept it there because, you know, it's America, okay? But anyway, that's my
America.
point. So, the one screw up of Hillary, the newsrooms only had that one screw up to focus on, right? They just had the one. Whereas the newsrooms had so many for Trump, so they kind of didn't care about the little Trump stories. They really excruciatingly focused on the Hillary story, blowing it way out of proportion, whereas they should have blown every single one of Trump's.
And then he probably wouldn't have become president if
Yeah.
so those stories would have been brought to surface, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, so people just they lost view. They lost their way. They lost their way um, of of what actually mattered. And what actually mattered was their country, and they decided, oh no, Trump's not that bad. He doesn't commit email fraud, you know? Whereas, and like that's Hillary. Hillary committed email fraud. And they're like, oh, that's so bad. And I'm like, and he's like, oh no, Trump does these like small little stupid things, but we can forgive him. And I'm like, they're not small. They're not stupid. They're massive things. There's just so many of them. That's a bad sign, people.
Yeah, I mean, someone, because I'm pretty sure Hillary did deny these things, right? Or didn't he? She did?
I think she denied at the beginning, then she agreed, because it was something like the FBI, what was it, CIA, said, oh, you've done this thing, we're going to tell the rest of the world. Okay, now I'll agree with you people.
It's just that Donald Trump, in fact, has these allegations against him, but none of which have been proved. All they have on him is that he's just a real old jerk. That's basically what I got.
I do think some have been proven, like just straight up hearing his audio, right?
Really?
Like,
okay.
yeah, I think they had the recording of the grab him by the pussy audio.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Remember that?
Didn't see that one at all.
What? I can tell you didn't follow the race if you didn't hear the grab him by the
and
pussy
also
audio.
the race was during exams, and
No, it wasn't. Well, yeah, it was during exams, but it only ended
later that year. I know.
No, I remember listening to the votes in a technology lesson.
Yeah, I know. And then the whole of our class pretended to have an opinion on who should have been elected, which is absolutely stupid because they can't vote themselves.
I was like all the way for Bernie Sanders, even though there was no chance in hell.
I could care less. I mean, as long
America,
as
they're
the
the big ones. They're the superpowers.
They have this, but it's just, I know it affects the whole world very much. It's just following something that way, which you have literally no influence on. I understand having some interest in this. Very cool, but there's no point.
You have no influence on Elon Musk. You
Yeah,
still...
I'm interested in it, but okay, I see what you're saying. But this is political. It's different than it's technological advances. This is
arguable. Political are the people that hold all your money and the fate of your government in the place which you live. You know,
Yeah.
it depends on what you care about. If you care about going to space, Elon Musk is your man. Well, NASA's doing some great stuff, by the way. If
Yeah.
you care about here at home, then political's where it's at. So, you know, it really does matter person to person what you listen to, but
Yeah, I'm
I
very
see
much.
what you mean.
I do like politics and stuff. It's just I couldn't care less about that kind of politics since it's so mainstream, and it literally we can change it. Then it really doesn't matter. And I mean, sure,
Even though the major
having an
elections are the
opinion
ones that
is
don't
fine.
matter.
Having an
Yeah,
opinion,
oh,
I don't really care if you have an opinion. It's your opinion. But sound bad, sound really weird. Okay, yeah, I don't know where I
well,
was going with this.
it's even sadder when I tell you this. You know, Trump and you know the main elections for president,
Yeah,
they don't really matter.
excuse me. Why?
They don't matter
Why?
because if you think about it, the president's president, but the president needs approval from the Senate. What you should care about is your local elections for the Senate, because the Senate is where everything ultimately gets a yay or a nay. The president has
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, I
military,
agree.
the president is like the if something were to break out and you need quick decisions, you can't just democratically vote with 358 people, right?
Yeah,
You can't just hold an election
that's
every
what a
time you make a
government is
decision.
for. It's for these outlying decisions because one person cannot do that. Cannot
So yeah,
rule a
the
country.
president doesn't matter. The Senate, but there's like the Senate is where it's at. You
Hmm.
know, it was
Yeah,
actually a CGP Grey video. I believe it was the Senate. It's a CGP Grey video.
I should really watch more of his.
So you listened to the podcast, but you haven't watched Number
No,
File, Periodic
no, 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 no,
Videos,
no,
CGP
no.
Grey.
I watch his videos. I watch his videos. Just I should watch more of
The
his
political stuff you
more
stray away from.
outlandish videos. That's what I'm saying. I should watch more of his outlandish videos. I don't know.
Well,
I haven't
mainly
watched all of
political
them.
videos.
His political
Like these
videos
are these.
I've watched many of his. It's just that specific one I haven't watched. And yeah,
He has quite
okay,
a few, I must admit. Yeah, they are quite a bit.
yeah,
Especially his voting. Like I know where you are in the podcast, so I know a flag referendum. So methods of voting is actually, I've actually become interested in methods of voting, which is just
that's good.
fascinating to me now.
Yeah.
Like preferential voting, first past the post, so on and so forth. You know,
I
all
guess I
the
haven't
type of.
watched all the big videos, have I? I've only watched the.
I've religiously watched. I've watched at least. Okay, this might just be over exaggerating, but I've watched at least every video 3 times.
That's good. Damn.
Uh,
I.
you get obsessed over Harry Potter, I get obsessed over CGP. What can I say?
I think that's a bit of a humble brag as well.
Oh, for sure, for sure. That's a humble brag.
Yeah,
I can admit it.
I heard that tone. Hey, it's not like I don't watch any other educational videos. There's a lot of educational.
Yeah, like
I don't want to seem like a freaking
educational
idiot
type
here,
of.
which is debatable. But
Anyway,
anyway,
for example, there's like so many. I enjoy so many. Like, it's a personality that they bring to it. I can yes look up a study on educational videos, but having
yeah,
this
definitely.
Floridian American in his back garden blowing stuff up's pretty cool.
That's
It's pretty cool.
that's a backyard scientist guy.
Oh yep. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
That's not educational. That's blowing stuff up. I'm sure he it's
Well,
great facts, but
it's like,
you're not gonna get any use out of it, are you?
well, you're not gonna get big use. Like CGP the facts, man. Like that's CGP, but if you're a scientist, it's sprinklings, inklings of science. Like it's like he tells you how to open up a safe, right, with the welder, right?
Yeah, but that's practical use, and
That's
I hope you wouldn't want to open up a safe. I'm sure if you wanted to,
but
go
it's the
ahead.
little things like what you'd install, what you'd use on your gloves, what kind of safe it is, the metal, you know, so on and so forth. It's the little dusts of information that I love listening to because it's all
Yeah.
in this guise of
I
blow
agree.
stuff up.
I agree with that, I suppose. But in the outline, I suppose general knowledge is good, but putting something to practical use is always much better. I don't know.
Always.
Yeah.
Like if we were to do a vote, right? Like you've watched the flag referendum, right?
Yes. Yeah. I have. I have.
Did you watch the whole? Okay, so anyone that's listening, Joel, this is going to be a lot of CGP Grey, but how is it? But
Screw you. Come on.
okay.
I'm talking about him.
A, screw you. B, we will make it knowable. For example, flag referendums, which means nothing to no one. But it's gotta make it.
But and also stuff that you surround yourself in becomes some of your interests.
Your
Like
personality.
It's exactly the way you watch many of your podcasts or of those podcasts of Hello Internet specifically. He speaks so much about elections, and eventually that really gets in your head. I'm not saying that you don't like it yourself either. I'm just saying that he spoke so much about it. It gets in your head so much that
Yeah.
you understand
know,
the
like,
nuance
dude,
to
in a
something
word,
of flags, which is very cut and dry, but seeing two people speak about it so fondly and passionately is absolutely mind-boggling. And soon enough, you'll be indoctrinated in this thing as I was with flags and podcasts.
Not
That's
meaning
kind of the way human
brag.
brain works.
Yeah.
Seems like
for
you're doing a
sure.
lot
Like,
of that now. I'm
not
joking.
meaning to brag or anything, but you know how I said I watched at least every video 3 times, right?
Yes.
So that goes for the flag videos as well, and I have gotten quite the fascination with flags myself. I, at one point, was able to name... I can't give you a number. I could name a lot of countries from their flags, right? I still can, like, the flags are something that I learned, something nice to know, and it reminds me of something interesting.
What
If
is
you
it?
wanna, you said the more and more we listen to this stuff, the more and more it becomes part of us.
No, I'm just saying anything that repeats its concepts in a way. Yeah.
So I was talking to Simran, right? She was arguing. She's like, "Why are you a Christian? Why is you Indian?" I'm like, no, I think I talked to her. And Sarah didn't connect with this, but here it has to. I said, so if you weren't raised in the household you were raised in, like if you weren't raised as in Hindi, I believe. God, sorry, Simran. If you weren't raised Hindi, would you still be Hindi?
No, definitely
Well,
not.
really.
That's how culture works.
She
How do you think an
quite
orphan would be, let's just say, um, a sadist? Then he's an orphan. His parents die, and then he gets adopted by a Christian family, and he's like, oh wait, I was Wait, no, I was an orphan now. Oh no, and I have a father, and he meets his father in the future, and then it's okay, I didn't mean die, I just mean like, he gave him away, okay? That's what I mean.
I've seen this movie.
No, that wasn't a movie. I'm just saying.
I bet I can find you a movie.
Okay, get me a movie, but my point is that having someone as your parent is so much, just like nature. We spoke about it already, okay? Nurture versus nature is what governs your personality and certain neurons, and that's why connections in your brain. And I heard CGP Grey talk about this at length. Is that the neurons in your brains, the electrons, the chemical compounds that connect different still parts of your brain to other parts. That it's very ambiguous, the whole personality thing. He thinks
Personalities are just a bunch of scripts in your head, really, if you think about it.
I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying it's calculated.
Well, I'm using it in the specific version, alright? It's a bunch of things in your head that has changed.
It changed its chemical compound to form of
My
whatever.
toe when I was 7, you stubbed your age.
Yeah, and different experiences shape who you are. That's a fact. And nurture and nature is the exact same thing as experiences. I'm just going by that. And biological and genetical things is on the inside. It is what governs what your, I don't know, your metabolism is, your immune system, what your brain looks like. But your experience is what shapes who you are.
The deeper you go, the older your biology gets. Like you've heard of I believe it was it Ancestral Eve? There's a company looking for their Ancestral Eve. Have you heard of this?
No.
Oh, this is interesting. Ancestral Eve, right? So, genetic are passed down in halves, right? Half a man, half a woman, right? So,
I like genetics.
A man,
Genealogy.
I'm
That's what it's called.
So you can track, so the only solid lineage that you can track is through your mother, right?
Okay.
Through the, you know the mitochondria, right? The mitochondria in your cells come from your mother.
Yes.
You can track your ancestors through your mothers, or the woman in your family, right?
It
So I
makes
think
sense.
the oldest someone got was, I could be easily corrected here, but it was 18,000 BC. They were able to track DNA all the way
That's cool.
to this one woman, and Ancestral Eve is all about this, you know?
Okay. That's kind of interesting, I suppose. But
Yeah, I think.
that's cool.
Then again, I do believe it was a CTP Grey video.
That's good. I really need to go watch that tonight. I'm gonna watch it.
There's so many great ones. I gotta give him
It's
that.
just
He's a
yeah.
great
So
creator.
if you look at his let's just check out his feed.
Oh, you want me to check his feed? I'll check with you.
His feed. Yeah. Anyway, in the last few years and days, he's been very straying away from stuff such as elections and stuff like that, and that's all I see. I'm not interested in what YouTube Red is and social security cards are. I suppose having the personality of Grey is awesome. I find him a little bit annoying sometimes. I find
I don't know, all his fascinations just they like.
no, I love him as a person who gives me information, but I don't. He annoys me sometimes. Brady annoys me sometimes. I suppose. To slow down there, your connection kind of bad. Just wait a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, no. My internet is not the.
It might not be mine. Might be mine as well, but it's not.
After she sent us an email saying sorry for the lines down to server maintenance or whatever. The maintenance should be over, but they should still be catching up on the backlog.
Yeah, it's fine. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay. So,
yes, I can.
I am forever fascinated with anything.
Never mind. It's going out. It's going berserkers again. It's going weird. It's going a little bit weird. We have 3 minutes left, so don't talk. It's fine.
No, actually might be my mic. I need to knock it into place again. And then?
It's fine. But yeah, we'll be recording like one more after this or something. So we'll see.
We'll see how we feel. I always love recording.
Yeah, but I'm not doing more than 3.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything more than
3. 3 is our max. 2 is a good comfortable.
Yes. 2 is like ideal. And I
Yeah.
think this podcast is one of my favorites so far. We really got to nice places. I enjoyed it.
So next time we will continue to talk about the Grey. Screw all them haters. CTV Grey.